If you can combine like terms, you can add and subtract polynomials. That's it. But where do most students get stuck? The negatives. So let's fix that today. What's up, brilliant people? Joe here, and yes, we're doing math again, but I promise it won't hurt. Here at Joe's Tutors, we're making math simple, because when you practice a little, you stress a lot less. Today, let's tackle adding and subtracting polynomials. And I would give today's lesson a difficulty rating of 2 out of 5 stars. It's about beginner to beginner medium level is when you really start to feel comfortable in algebra. You need paper, pencil, and a really strong understanding of like terms. Everything else we can build as we go. By the time that we're done, you should be able to add polynomials, subtract polynomials, and avoid the mistake that I see a lot of students make. Let's get started on this first problem. 3x squared plus 5x minus 2 plus 2x squared minus x plus 4. These problems are usually given to you horizontally, but I like to make sure to put them vertically, stacking my like terms with each other, so I make sure that I'm only combining them with what they can actually be combined with. So let's start by writing that first equation. 3x squared plus 5x minus 2. So 3x squared would get combined with 2x squared. Our positive 5x would go with our minus x, and our minus 2 would go with our plus 4. And we are just adding these terms together. So 3x squared plus 2x squared would give us 5x squared. 5x plus a minus x. Remember, even though there is no coefficient there, there's an imaginary coefficient of 1. So when I combine those, it would just be like doing 5 minus 1. So I would have a positive 4x. And then negative 2 plus 4 is going to give me a positive 2. That's it. No tricks when you're adding, just combine like terms. So I'm going to put this next problem on the screen and pause and see if you can do this one by yourself. Here's our next one. 4x squared minus 3x plus 1 plus x squared plus 6x minus 5. Again, I'm going to rewrite these problems vertically. I'm going to add my imaginary coefficient of 1 for the sake of my brain. And all I'm doing is combining like terms. 4x squared plus 1x squared would give me 5x squared. Negative 3x plus 6x would give me a positive 3x. And 1 plus a negative 5 would give me a negative 4. Did you get the same answer that I did? Now, I do want to show you one quick trick or a quick tip. What if instead of this problem that we had here, this was 4x to the third power? Same concept, except some of the terms that I have wouldn't have like terms. I would rewrite that problem like this, leaving space for terms that do not have a like term. Like x to the third power doesn't have a like term, and x squared doesn't have a like term. So really all we would do is drop those down. And we would get the same thing that we got previously for our x term and our constant. That's the only difference. Now, subtraction is where people really start making mistakes, but I'm going to show you the one rule that fixes everything. When you subtract polynomials, you have to distribute the negative. Every single thing inside our parentheses changes signs. Let's practice as we do this next problem. 6x squared plus 3x minus 7 minus 2x squared minus 5x plus 4. A common mistake I will see is that students will distribute the negative to this first term, but forget about everything else. So we want to make sure that everyone gets this negative. So when I rewrite this problem, I'm starting with my first set of parentheses. I do nothing there. and everything inside of that second set of parentheses gets a negative. So I go from a positive 2x squared to a negative 2x squared. That negative 5x becomes a positive, and that positive 4 becomes a minus 4. Every one sign changed. And now I'm going to treat it as though I was adding, or perform the operations I see between every set of like terms. So 6x squared minus 2x squared would give me 4x squared. 3x plus 5x is going to give me 8x. And a negative 7 minus 4 gives me negative 11. If you remember one thing from this video, remember this. If you're doing subtraction, change every sign. Let's see if you've got the hang of it. Pause and try this problem. 5x squared minus 2x plus 3 minus x squared plus 4x minus 6. Remember, we're going to do nothing to that first set of parentheses, and we are going to change the sign of everything in that second parentheses. So I will have minus x squared minus 4x plus 6. And let's do a quick scan. This became negative, this became negative, and this became positive. All right, I'm ready to start doing math. I'll add my imaginary coefficient of 1. So 5x squared minus 1x squared will give me 4x squared. 2x minus 4x will give me a negative 6x. And 3 plus 6 gives me a positive 9. If this still feels tricky, that's okay. Rewatch, pause, and practice. Keep going. Future you will thank you. If you need more individualized help, you can check out the link in my bio. And if this helped, send it to a friend who might need it too, because we're all in this together and we never gatekeep math tips. Like and subscribe for more, and until next time, love always, your math teacher, Joe.